Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Sunique and this is an unboxing of the Tarot of Light and Shadow. Now I was unaware of this deck, and how I come to find out about it was because of the artist here, Andrea Aste. And I looked at the website and there's another deck coming out called, actually it's already out, The Book of Shadows, an Alchemist story. And I thought the artwork was stunning, so I'm hoping, you know, that sort of artwork is here as well. And it sort of looks like it by looking at the box there. And I wasn't sure about buying the Book of Shadows, an Alchemist story, because it's quite expensive. And at the moment I'm trying to, you wouldn't believe it, but I am actually trying to save up and not spend. And I know there's been a lot of unboxings, but to be honest, a lot of them have come in over time and I haven't unboxed them yet, and this is just, I've decided to get all the unboxings done. So there are a few on my channel. If unboxings are not your thing, obviously feel free to skip all of this. But that was the reason behind getting this deck, because it was more of an affordable deck. And as I say, I'm trying to watch the pennies a little bit at the moment, aren't we all? So, and also this is John Matthews, the very renowned John Matthews, so some good pedigree there. So let's have a look what it's all about. Let's take the pen off. This one intrigues me really because it's, like it says, light and shadow, and it's 2 decks. So it's a normal cardboard box, nothing special. We've got a guidebook, which is, let's have a look, quite a few pages, over 150. And we have 2 decks of cards. Now this is the interesting thing, and yes, it is that artwork, because we've got the light and the shadow, as it says on the box. How interesting that. So I'm wondering if it's exactly the same image on each, but just in reverse. And let's have a look at the book first. I'm intrigued. So it's a double tarot deck that allows readers to explore both sides of a question at once, looking at the shadow, the instinctive, the inner world, the unknown, and the light, the rational, the outer world, the known. Although some professional readers combine different packs and to great effect, this is the first time 2 tarot decks have been designed specifically to work together. In fact, they can be seen not as 2 separate decks, but as one deck appearing in 2 dimensions. So we've got a bit about who John Matthews is, and we all know him from the Wildwood Tarot and the Arthurian Tarot. And he's also done the Byzantine Tarot with Zilla Conway, another artist I really enjoy. And then a little bit about Andrea Aste, a multimedia artist, writer, animator, filmmaker. Yeah, his most recent deck, The Book of Shadows, A Lost Code of Tarot, is part of a larger immersive art project. Yeah, I think there's a video and everything that goes along with that other deck, The Book of Shadows. Yeah, so let's have a look. This is Watkins Books, and it is, looks like 2020. And we have introduction, working with the double tarot, the book of the cards, the major arcana, the minor arcana, the tableau of the aces, the suit of swords, cups, serpents, and wands. So there's a different named suit there. Swords, cups, so serpents would be pentacles, presumably. The cosmic mirror cards, the card back. Oh, there's something to do with the card back. How about that? Then we've got some spreads and sample readings, some directional reading. I know that John Matthews' partner, he has a book out about a lot about directional reading. Caitlin Matthews, another renowned author in the tarot world. Resources and further reading, which I always appreciate that. So here's an introduction. Quite text heavy. Working with it, ways of working it, pips and courtiers, shuffling, mirror spread, a mirror spread reading. And then we're into the cards, a list of the cards, They're all named the same as in a normal tarot deck that we see. And okay, so for the Fool here, we've got a bit about the Fool, then in the light, and then in the shadow. Okay. So really, I think this is a way of working with reversed cards in a different way, isn't it? Maybe. The Tableau of the Aces. So they have some sort of special significance. Yeah, in the mirrored world of the Light and Shadow Tarot, the 8 Aces create a sequence with its own meanings and cultural references, which help to unify the decks as well as demonstrating the variations present in each. The meanings are thus not bound by the usual elemental associations. Oh, well, that's interesting. Though the remainder of the suits follow traditional ascriptions. So swords are air, cups are water, wands are fire, and serpents are earth. Here is one scenario which we have built into the suits. Others will doubtless occur to you as you work with them. Okay. And then we're into the suits. It's a pip deck. Did not realise it was a pip deck. It's a pip deck. Okay. What is it with me and pip decks at the minute? Okay. Right. Anyway, the cards. So let's look at the backs. That's quite glossy. So that's the back. Making me think of the Citadel. Is it the Citadel Tarot or the Citadel Oracle? The Liminal 11 have just brought out, which I don't think I'm going to get, to be honest. It's a little bit glossy. It's not very thick cardstock. Oh, no, it is. I stand corrected. It's quite thick. It's nice cardstock. I just like this art style. See, this is me and tarot. It's all about the art. All about the art. Right, let's take the other one out of the box. So as you can see, it's just a 2-part box with one deck in each side. So quite deep. Let's take the band off. I feel like I've had this deck for ages in its box and just not got around to opening it yet. Okay. So, not quite the same. No, it's not. Okay, so I thought it was a mirror image, but actually it's not. If we look, we've still got the dog, but this one's got teeth. Here we've got a sunflower, but this looks a bit more angry. And we've got bats. Sort of bats. But he's going off regardless. I like that. Hey. Yeah, I get where this is now. So although it is sort of polarized imaged almost, it is slightly different. Almost the same, but there's just slight differences. We've got a ghoulie there. Ghosts and ghoulies. Interesting. I do like this sort of art style. It's lovely. High Priestess. Well, this is very, very interesting for a High Priestess, because here we have the lock and here we have the key. And we've got a bird there. And here the book is open and here the book closed. Oh, this is so interesting. Okay, the Empress. So the Empress here is like got a tree growing from the head. It's the same. It's just subtle differences really that shows the shadow aspect of the archetype. Emperor. I'm loving these moustaches. It's a very definite art style. It's gorgeous. So I've got the crown on the floor there. Hierophant. You can't really see much difference there. The Lovers. Now this is different. Chariot. I'm not going to point out all the differences because I think it might be fun for you to look at them. The backs of the cards are exactly the same on both decks, by the way. There is no difference there. So we've got the Chariot, Justice at 8, so it's following the Marseillaise numbering system. The Hermit, Fortune, the Wheel. Do you know what I expected? I expected that maybe one figure would be different to the figure at the bottom, so the figure at the top would be different to the figure at the bottom, and then on the shadow side it would have turned so that the figure on the bottom would have been on the top, but they've chosen not to do that. See, my expectations. Strength. Yes. It's really good. Subtle but really good. The Hanged Man. We have Death. Temperance. The Devil. Tower. The Stars. Usually it's the Star, but we've got actually plural, the Stars. Interesting. Moon. Oh. Judgment. Very interesting. The World. Love it. These moustaches sort of remind me a little bit about of Dali. Or actually, there was an English actor, comedy actor. Was it Terry Thomas? And he used to twirl his moustache. Funny. But yeah. I like this take. And I like that it's almost like aged colouring on the deck. Quite slippy actually. They are quite slippy cards. But they're not gloss. So yeah, that's nice. So those are the majors. Lovely midnight colours there. Gorgeous. Okay. And like I say, the backs are exactly the same on both. So if you were to combine it into one deck, then you wouldn't be able to tell which was light and which was shadow. Obviously that's been done on purpose. So our minors begin with the swords. How interesting. We've got the sword coming out there, but the sword sort of going in there. Ooh. Okay, yes. So although they are pit cards, there's an obvious difference in meaning between the two. How interesting. I'm learning how to read with pips at the moment. It's all a little bit of a learning curve for me. But I can sort of see things here, like this is blocking the energy, this sword here. whereas it's actually overcoming the energy here, I would say. I'm just looking at it intuitively, but it's overcome. Yeah, I could sort of see it. I mean, like we have broken swords here. I think also working with the Thoth a bit, because that's pippish, but it's helping me to see how different sort of imagery works. You know, while I'm doing my deacon walk, it's becoming quite illuminating. So it's a brilliant exercise there, I find. It's so funny. Look at that. Oh, that is so funny. Sorry, that is funny. Love it. What the knight's doing. You can almost hear this knight. I can almost hear him, and his horse is going, oh yeah, come on, get on with it. Sort of posturing. Queen. Oh. Okay. And the king. This is a fun art style. Really fun. Okay. Alright, okay, so our cup here is on top of this wave, whereas here it seems to have sprung a leak. Oh dear. That's funny though, because that is, yeah, I can see that. Right, where it's stuck there. Yeah, got it. Okay. Okay, so we have quite a difference between those two. So we see the progression in the suit as well as the difference, as the shadow. Different formation. I think this is going to be a bit of a learning curve. Interesting one though. See, finding a fun way to learn pips, that's where I'm at. Oh yeah. Oh dear. It's good. It's such a fun deck. Okay, page. A page of cups. Do you know what? That sort of reminds me of a cat attitude. You know, when they're pushing it over the side of the cabinet, of the kitchen cabinet, you know, when it goes poof. It's like, don't care. It's probably not what it means, but yeah, it's just what it... He's just throwing that cup up in the air. So, yep, had enough of the cup. Oh man, they're making me giggle. These cards are making me giggle. I like this deck. Alright, so we're on Serpents, which is coins, pentacles, or earth. Okay, so our Serpents pages. Knights. Queens. Do you know what? I'm tempted to get that other deck, that other creators deck, because I'm just loving the art style. This moustache is everything. Oh dear. Ace of Wands. Well, that says 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of the times, you know, when I've looked at Marseille decks, like the IJJ Swiss was actually one of the first decks I ever owned. It was like, I don't get it, I just don't get it. And I would just like disregard the pip cards. It was like, no, I don't, no. I need a scene to work with, I need something to look at to actually be able to access my intuition. But I think this deck and the Squid Cake Marseille, which I did a walkthrough of the other day, I think these are the way in. These are going to be the way in for me. Because they're fun, because I can see, especially like this deck, by seeing the shadow side of the card, I'm actually getting a lot of information about the actual card itself. And like I say, I think working with the Thoth has helped. It's beautiful artwork there. Page. No flowering going on in his wand. Knights. The Queen. And the King. Oh, 2 extra cards there. Look, Cosmic Mirror. Ooh. Ooh. What's that about? I don't know. Should we have a look at the book? Oh, man. Well, so far, I am really liking this deck. I love the figures. Look at that fall. I think it's brilliant. I love this deck. Okay, where's the book? Here we go. It's not it doesn't look very thick book considering what we're working with here. Let's put the cards to one side for a second. We'll have a look at the amount of information for the pits. So we've got a little bit here, and we have the well, light and shadow. Okay, so for each card. So this is the 7 of Serpents. So if I go and find the cards. Alright, so that's the card, the 7 of Serpents. So what can we see here? So the Ouroboros is at the top, and here it's quite low down. Here it's skeletal, and there it's fully formed. And also it's got a different sort of a shape as well. So it's got the lemniscate inside as well, whereas it's missing from this one. Let's see what the actual book says. So, recognition for the work you have pursued tirelessly becomes a reality here. This card can be just about gain, money, profit, wealth. On the other hand, it carries a sense of things getting in the way, a slowing down, going nowhere. This has to do with purging yourself of clutter in your life. Well, that is telling me, isn't it? Because I am a clutter bug. The card speaks also about the time when you may allow yourself large purchases that expand your life. A car or a house, for example. So light reading. So this card here. What has been prepared or worked for comes to fruition when efforts are blessed by luck. There is also a possibility of conflict between two people or within you. The greatest gifts may need caution and consideration even when they come from such an essential source. So not a lot of information actually for the card. Just a little bit to get you the essential meaning. Okay, so for the shadow card, it says you may find yourself plagued by depression and anxiety, both of which prevent you from moving forward or finding a good solution to your issues. But look carefully at your problems. Take a deep breath and you will find you can weather the storm. Be careful not to squander your resources. So although it's a shadow card, it's actually one that gives advice. So that's useful. Okay, so I don't think I'll go any deeper into it. It's going to be a bit of a learning curve, I think, for the pips, but one I really think I'm going to enjoy. So anyway, that's my little first look and impressions of The Tarot of Light and Shadow by John Matthews and the illustrator Andre Aste, or Ast, don't know. I am really tempted to get his other deck. I'm going to hold off for at least a month though, because yeah, it's that time of year. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, thank you. Bye. Bye.